Welcome out to Epically Geeky Live. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. I'm joined by my partner in crime, Cyrus Martin. How you doing, man?
Yeah, say, I'm doing good there, say. Partners in crime, say.
We're not talking like that the rest of the episode. But
Why not? I don't know what you're talking about.
oh no, it's not good. Anyway. Let's see here. So we've got some interesting stories to talk to everyone about tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about I don't know. Seems like Microsoft's selling a lot of games over on the PlayStation. That's kind of a thing going on here. We're talking about how Nintendo is raising the prices on their older stuff. What's going on with that? And let's see. And then we're going to talk about a list that came out that, to be quite honest with you, as Texans, it might be pretty blasphemous. But we're going to jump into that in a second. Let's see here. We've got Last Line on. Your AI song singer should do a song collab with Cyrus's AI singer. Absolutely. Absolutely, Last Line. Okay, before we start, I have to talk about this. So you created your intro song, Cy. You said you wrote all the lyrics, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any issues with it singing a certain lyric a certain way?
It's been a long time, but I think I did have to spell a word differently or something to get it to say it the right way. Yeah.
I have gone over and over and over, and I'm going to throw this out there. Of course, it looks like we've only got one viewer right now, so Last Line's going to be able to get this. Of course, if you're watching this after the fact, you'll get it as well, but don't listen too carefully to when it says EG Live at first, because that's the way it said, and then it says the second time EG Live, and I'm just like, what are you doing, guys?
EG Live.
And I'm just like, and I even like looked up how would I spell it this way? How would I spell it phonetically? I did everything I could think of. And then the other thing is as you keep going over and trying to tell it, like, I want to just replace one lyric. It's like, no, I have to redo this entire part. I'm just like, never mind. It's good like it is. We'll just keep going. So
you're watching Egg Live.
Oh my God. If it had done that, I would have lost my mind. So at least it could figure that out. So all right, let's go ahead and jump into our first thing, which is always the summer movie game. So let's see here. Not a lot of movement here. Lilo and Stitch staying under. No, Lilo and Stitch is not going to get dethroned at this point. It's just not going to happen. We have a little over a month left in the game. Jurassic World 317. Superman jumped up to number 3, right behind Jurassic World. Yeah, it's going to catch it. I'm 90% sure Superman's going to end up being our number 2. How to Train Your Dragon 260, Fantastic Four 198. It jumped way up. The question is Fantastic Four going to be able to catch How to Train Your Dragon or surpass it? It was doing really well, but the second week it dropped off like 60%. It had a huge drop the second week. And I've heard good things about the movie. I've heard it's either okay to good. But yeah, it did not perform like I'm sure they were wanting it to that second week.
I've heard a lot of concerns about the drop off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I find it interesting that it's not Fantastic Four has not gotten to 4th yet. Never mind.
It'll get there. Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, we've got a little over a month. Can it make up over $60 million? The problem is How to Train Your Dragon is still making a little bit of money here. So, in fact, I went and watched Superman again on Sunday. I took my boys to go watch it, and they're literally at this local theater here. They are still playing the movie. So, let's see. Last Line. I contributed to Jurassic, Super, Fantastic, MI, and Final Destination. My boy went and saw Final Destination with his girlfriend and her parents. So that was an interesting conversation because he didn't realize that there were movies that came before it. And I was just like, maybe we should watch one of the earlier ones so you know what you're going into. And he goes, there are other ones? I'm just like, oh, Lord. So we watched the first Final Destination, and yeah, he enjoyed it. He ended up enjoying, going to see the movie with his girlfriend. So, number 6, MI Final Reckoning, 197, Thunderbolts 190, F1 173. I still don't understand how that movie made that much money. Final Destination 138 and Elio 71 million. I was kind of hoping something was going to knock Elio off at the number 10 spot before it's all said and done. but I don't think anything's going to have a chance. Number one, it doesn't have enough time. Number two, my biggest hope was for the Naked Gun, which just came out this last weekend. It did okay, but I think they only brought in like $15 million, and the Bad Guys 2 actually brought in more money. That animated movie, and I'm just like,
Your mic is messing up. Something's wrong with
I'm
the
sorry.
audio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, maybe I just had a little too far away. But yeah, I'm like, man, I really hoped the Naked Gun was gonna pull it out and end up number 10, but I don't think it's got the juice to do it. So last line, honestly, the new FD is the best one, kind of like Saw 10 was the best Saw. Okay, fair enough. So he also said, I watched Naked Gun. It definitely is worth a comedy for theater. And see, I've heard good things too. I know lots of people who have seen it and they're like, no, if you like the original movies, you're going to like this one. So
I've heard it's pretty good. I haven't seen it, but everything I've seen from it seems like it's entertaining, you know?
Yeah. So
And he's supposed to be Frank Drebin's son or something like
Yes.
that. So that's funny. I like, it's not just like a remake or something. It's
supposed to be a continuation. So because there's that scene where like he's down on his knees and he's like talking to his dad, and he's got the picture up there or whatever, and then it pans over and everyone else on police force is doing the same thing because apparently they're all their sons or whatever. So yeah, that was the scene that made me go, okay, this looks like this could be a good movie, because the part that led up to it, the part where he's the little girl walking in and foils the bank robbery, I'm just like, I mean, it looks funny, but it doesn't look like a Naked Gun movie, and that's what kind of sold me on it. So, the problem is if I go see it, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg because the boys are going to want to go see it. So, that's never cheap with kids. So,
yeah, these prices, man, these freaking prices.
Yeah, well, it's not so much like I can get tickets and stuff for $7 for myself, and I can even get fairly decent tickets for them. It's, hey, Dad, can we get popcorn and drinks? And that's where the money goes. So. As for our top 10, Pat R at 63. I'm still at number 2. I don't know how I'm holding on at this point. Sean M moved up at 44. Tex-Mex moved down 1. He's now 38. Ray hanging in at number 5 with 36. Josh W, Mike P, Travis W, Chris, and Johnny pretty much just kind of just jockeying back and forth. And like I said, I really think we've only got about 2 more moves these movies are going to make, and then we'll wrap it up for the summer movie game. So, and at that point, I think we're definitely going to go and do a fall and winter movie game. So, more information on that whenever it comes out. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our first story. The first one that I wanted to talk about was that. So I saw this article. I'm just now kind of getting back into the video game the video gaming world. And mostly from the retro aspect. Like, I'm really just kind of looking at doing retro type games. That being said, I saw this article and I thought, well, that's interesting. 6 of the top 10 games on PlayStation that were sold this last quarter were produced by Microsoft. And I'm just like, okay, I know Microsoft is like, that's kind of their plan is get their stuff out there on everything. And then I started looking at the list and I'm just like, okay, I think I understand this. So let's take a look at the list. So these are the top 10 game sales on PlayStation. Number 1, Elden Ring, Night Rain, done by Bandai Namco. Number 2, Forza Horizon 5. Okay, Forza has been produced by Microsoft forever, right? Like, that's a legit Microsoft company. All right. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Also Microsoft, but I'm like, who used to make that game? That wasn't always a Microsoft title, was it?
Bethesda, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't... Okay, I get it now, I think. MLB The Show 25, number 1. When I told my boys about that, they went, what do you mean 25? I'm like, because it's the year 25. I'm like, they haven't necessarily been making 25 of them, but they might have. Who knows? I mean, they just keep coming out with it. So... and then here's the one that really sold me on it. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Microsoft. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's right. Technically they own Call of Duty now.
Yeah.
And that's when this list started making sense to me. I'm like, Okay, I think their strategy a while back that everybody was talking about was, they were like, "Hey, I don't know if it's a good thing that Microsoft's buying up, all these other companies." Um, and them saying that, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna limit all the games." Everyone was scared to death. Oh, they're gonna make Call of Duty, strictly Xbox or whatever. And I think this strategy is paying off for them. The fact that they're the number five selling game on the PlayStation.
Well, here's the thing with that. The reason there's a couple of things to address regarding this situation with Activision.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason that they are showing any profitability was because of the acquisition of Activision, because those numbers fed into their other numbers and took them way over the line of profitability. That's not going to carry into the next fiscal year. That's just something that you get a one-time shot because of that acquisition. Here's the other thing. Call of Duty is a big seller. Call of Duty's always been a big seller. But nobody's going to buy Call of Duty on Xbox because it's Game Pass. Mm-hmm. So the only way they're going to make any money selling the game is on other platforms.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they might sell loot boxes or whatever the hell they can on the Game Pass for the Xbox, but the actual game sales are not happening on Xbox. I mean, nobody. Realize that. You can't even play online unless you have Game Pass. So nobody's, you know what I'm saying? So nobody's buying Game Pass. Nobody's buying, Call of Duty, and then wanting to play online on Xbox. If you want to play online on your Xbox, you already have Game Pass. You don't have to buy the game. It's part of Game Pass.
Fair enough.
This is the whole issue with Game Pass.
Yeah, because my boy was actually talking while we were eating dinner. Nick was like, man, I really kind of want to play, not Call of Duty. What's the other one? Battlefield. He's like, I really kind of want to play Battlefield 6. He goes, but it's not coming to Game Pass. I'm like, well, you could save up your money and buy it. He goes, well, I want to buy Helldivers first. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, but I said, yeah, it may or may not come to Game Pass for quite a while, dude. You may just actually have to buy it, which to him is kind of a foreign thing now,
Yeah.
So, number 6 is Doom: The Dark Ages. I didn't realize that was produced by Microsoft, but because, like I said, I didn't realize how widespread these acquisitions have been. Death Stranding 2 on the beach is actually Sony. That is kind of funny to see that on the PlayStation they've only got one game in the top 10. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, also Microsoft. Minecraft, also Microsoft. Can we even count Minecraft anymore? Like, Minecraft should just be installed on everything at this point.
Well, the funny thing about this list is some of these games are part of franchises that have always been top 10 sellers on PlayStation. Them now belonging to Microsoft has nothing to do with that, like Call of Duty, Doom, different ones.
Yeah, Last Line, Doom, and Indiana Jones are both Bethesda, thus Microsoft. Yep, that's right. So like I said, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then the more I looked at it, I was just like, oh no, it makes sense. Like, when you buy up everything, essentially, then eventually you're going to get your name on there. So let me ask you this. Should Sony be worried about this?
What do you mean, should they be worried about this?
I mean, just the fact that it seems like, of the top 10 games being purchased on their console, that coin is going across the street to their big competitor.
I don't think Sony's been worried about Xbox in 10 years, maybe.
Fair enough.
I mean, this is just making Sony money. If Microsoft wants to sell their games on other platforms like the PlayStation, they're giving away that licensing fee every time they sell that game on a different platform. Now, also, they're selling a game because they're not going to sell the game on their own platform. So this is their only way to make money. Like, yeah, they literally had to do this. And for Sony's not going to be upset. Sony's like, good, put all your games on PlayStation. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody will play them over here, and we'll make money, and you'll make some money, and you'll find out where you can actually make money, And maybe we'll have another discussion in a little while.
Yeah, that could definitely happen.
This is not. There's some people have really misinterpreted this whole thing. They're like, "Oh, the Sony fanboys they're salty. We're selling the games on their platform." It's like, first of all, anybody that's thinking anything like that is crazy. Because who cares? The console war has been over for a long time. It's not even. Who gives a shit? Good. Sell the games. More people should enjoy more games. Yes, absolutely. 100%. In fact, we're moving towards consolidation even more, to the point to where, in a few years, it might all just be multi-platform. There might not be any exclusivity on anything, And I think that's just where things are headed. And Sony's going to make their money because Sony's got a plan and they've got a service that people like and hardware that people enjoy, and they have their stuff. Microsoft, if they could pull their head out of their ass and stop shooting themselves in the foot, if they could stop doing that, if they could stop destroying everything that they're building for no apparent reason, and work on their fucking messaging. I'm sorry, but holy crap. They don't know how to explain anything to anybody. And then they'll contradict themselves and just alienate people. They've got to figure that out. They got to figure out how to communicate. And they got to come up with a real plan that makes sense. But there's room at the table for Microsoft, And maybe what that means is they just make games for PlayStation and Nintendo Switch 2 and PC. And they let their thing go. Maybe that's where things go. Maybe they figure out a way to bring PC games onto their Xboxes, which is what they've been talking about, having Steam on the Xboxes and all that. Maybe they figure something out that makes sense. But I'll tell you what, I've said it for years. I'm going to continue to say it. It's obvious now. As much as people might say, Game Pass is the most amazing thing ever, as much as people might say that, it's not sustainable. And the only way it would work, and they said this years ago, that it had to bring in more subscribers. The only way it works is you keep putting good games on it so more people subscribe to it. But you can't get more people subscribed to it if you don't sell Xboxes. So that means Game Pass has to become multi-platform too, or it's not going to make it. So it's on PC, sorta. It's not really. It's kind of crap on PC, but I think it's better than what it used to be. But if Sony and Nintendo let Game Pass come to those platforms in some way, and they can make money on it some way too, then Game Pass could succeed. But I don't know, man. We're at a weird juncture right now.
Yeah.
A juncture. We're at a weird juncture.
Last line. The shareholders run Microsoft, not the Xbox fanboys. That's why this is happening. Yeah, I would agree, because unfortunately, any shareholder just wants the money now. That's all it boils down to. Where's my money right now? They don't care about long-term investment. The
entire entertainment industry has been decimated by this public offering bullshit, this shareholder bullshit. Yep. It's all falling apart, and the shareholders are literally they don't even care about whatever, like video games, movies, TV. They don't care about it. They just want their money. They see it as an investment. They want their money right now, and they're going to take it. And if you don't give it to them, they're going to short sell you, and they're going to market manipulate and screw you over and take what they can and then move on to the next thing. The market stuff is out of control, man. The stuff that's going on is crazy.
Yeah, private equity firm are the three worst words that have ever happened to business, in my opinion, because that's how we lost Toys R Us. That's how we lost Joann's Fabrics. That's how we almost lost Red Lobster. Like, these companies come in, basically fire all the employees, make the current employees work 4 times as hard as they normally do, and then when the business starts to fail, they start selling everything off as a fire sale and take their money and move on. So
yeah,
Sears and Kmart. Yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly. Good point, last line. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Head.
I was just gonna say, I hope that Microsoft will make money and the games will sell well on PlayStation, because it proves that those games are still valued. And the biggest thing I worry about is people perceiving that these games don't have value, which is a big problem with services like Game Pass. They really do make people think, well, why would I buy a game? Yeah. And there's no future in that. If the attitude becomes, if most gamers stop feeling like games are worth something, then that's the beginning of the end. That's not good. That's not good at all.
And it doesn't help whenever you go to buy a game and then find out, a few months later it's on Game Pass. The last game I bought on Xbox, literally that happened, was Stray. I saw how cool it was on the PlayStation. They said, hey, we're porting over to Xbox. I'm like, cool. I bought the game. And then literally it was like 3 months later, my boys were like, hey, did you know Stray's on Game Pass now? And I'm just like, well, great. Thanks. I'm glad I spent the money on it. So.
Well, the funny thing about that, though, is they can take games off of there at any time. And you don't own anything. This is a friend of mine. We were talking about Game Pass the other day, maybe a couple weeks ago. I was on a show on Mad Max Movies Entertainment. There was a friend of mine named Potion Sword Run. He was on there. He's a big-time Xbox guy. And he was talking about how upset he is with the direction and way things are going. With they laid off all those people and all this terrible stuff's going on. And he's like, maybe I'm going to have to change platforms. He's like, I could just walk away from Game Pass. And I'm like, dude, that's sad. I mean, I didn't want to be an asshole about it, but I was like, yeah, you really can just walk away from Game Pass. You don't own anything. You just paid your whatever it was a year, and you played the games. Whatever games they gave you, you played, and you could walk away from that. And in the grand scheme of things, I mean, when we were young, we rented games all the time. We rented tons of games. It's the same principle, And if you look at Game Pass as a rental service, I just have an ongoing rental service that I don't have to, I don't have to rent games. They're just there, If you look at it like what we used to do with renting games, then I think it's actually a pretty damn good deal. But the problem is, if your entire experience on the console is based to that, it's linked to that. I mean, if anything happens to that service, whether it's you canceling it or a service interruption of some sort or technical issue or something, you have nothing.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
And unfortunately PlayStation has their thing too. Their their whatever they call their thing now, PlayStation Plus with the whatever they call it. I haven't subscribed to a service in a while. I still have my Nintendo service, but I'm not renewing it. When it runs out, which I think is in November, I'm done with the services. Anyway, we get into a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, this Microsoft thing is wild. What I want to say is, I'm glad they brought Forza Horizon 5 to PlayStation. That's cool. I've always been a bigger fan of Forza Motorsport. That's always been my jam because I like those arcade simulation racers, Gran Turismo, this sort of stuff. But Forza Motorsport, the last one, didn't do that well, and they fired everyone. That studio doesn't exist anymore. It's just the Horizon stuff now. So if you're into the Horizon stuff, that's good that they're going to let you have that on PlayStation. But my dream was that I would get Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo on the same console. That would have been nice. I could have bought one steering wheel.
Oh, that totally makes sense. That totally makes sense.
That's what I was hoping for. I was like waiting to get the steering wheel, and then that happened, and it's like, well, there we go.
Last line said, I think the studio's still around, but downsized.
They
a support studio now.
They've ripped. It's decimated.
Completely decimated.
Yeah, it's not good.
Fair enough.
It's not good. And then the Perfect Dark thing still hurts. You know, I hate to keep bringing it up on everything I talk about, but there's another game too that they were working on that they kept talking about, like it was, oh yeah, good progress has been made. We're, and then during the last big thing Xbox did, they showed off Perfect Dark, and talked about how, oh yeah, it's coming along great and all this shit, and then they canceled it and everyone's gone. The studio, that's gone, and it's like, I don't know how anybody can trust these people, man, because look, I'm not trying to sit here and just completely trash Xbox, but if somebody does something, you can talk about it. You can say what happened, and you can address your concerns about it. I don't take joy from this. I mean, me and you, how many hours did we put into the 360? You and me playing. I can't even good God. One of the best consoles ever made. Some people say the 360 was the best console ever made. And it's hard to debate that. It's phenomenal. 360 was so good. And then they did all of this ever since. And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. So that's why I get so animated about it, because I don't want to see, I got to tell you something. They did do a couple of awesome things recently. They're making another remake of Gears of War. I don't know. Yeah, it's called Gears of War Reloaded or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's the first Gears of War. They've remade it. They remade it. This will be like the third time. Well,
I didn't realize they remade it that many times.
Yeah, exactly. So the last remake was on the Xbox One, and I bought that version because it was a cross-buy for PC and Xbox. But I barely played it, but it was really cool. I just didn't really play it much. I got a message from them a couple of weeks ago that they sent me a code for the new one.
You said that.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. That's the kind of stuff they will do that makes you go, oh, dude, I wish things were going differently here, because that's really cool, you know? But on the flip side of that, they also announced and have already pulled the trigger on this. You can no longer buy TV shows and movies on Xbox.
Yep.
They've taken that away. So it's a weird time, man. It's a weird time.
Everything that the one originally promised is just like evaporating.
TV. That's all. Remember that? TV. 2 HDMI ports.
Yep.
And now you can't even buy. They've taken it out completely from the ecosystem. That's all they talked about when the thing launched. And now
I remember that conversation.
It's all gone now.
Yep.
It's weird.
Last line says probably Everwild. That was going to be the new game from Rare, and they also stopped paying for the new John Romero game. Game isn't canceled per se, but on hold. Yeah, so that basically means it's not.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
Boy, I used to love Rare games, and man, that was a studio that when it started hitting some rocky turmoil, I was just like, oh, hope you hold on, and yeah.
Well, speaking of Rare, this is not what we were talking about, but Rare's putting out some anniversary stuff. I don't know if you've seen this, but
no, I haven't.
Yeah. So they're going to release a new Rare collection for everything, like all the consoles and PC too, I think. They're also putting out a special controller to commemorate everything. And they're bringing out the collection on the Evercade.
Okay.
Which, so yeah, but as far as I can tell, and maybe I'm wrong about this, as far as I can tell, it's all stuff that's already in the Rare Replay collection.
Okay.
So if you already have the Rare Replay collection, you might already have everything that's going to be in this. I'm not saying for sure, but I think that might be the case.
Okay. I'll have to look into it. Because I don't own that, so that might be worth looking into. So, speaking of a former Rare company.
Oh.
Nintendo, where'd Cyrus go? There he is. Okay.
It's like, I'm out. See?
Like, what? So he's like, I don't want to talk about this. Switch prices were announced to be going up. Target's website kind of dropped the information on this. And what's interesting is everyone I think was pretty much assuming, okay, yeah, I know Switch, with tariffs going on, Switch 2 is probably going to go up, but they're like, no, we're holding on to the Switch 2 prices right now, but we're raising the price on the original Switch, and it's not just a little bit. The original Switch is going from 300 to 340. The Switch OLED is going from 350 to 400. Man, how much can you buy an Xbox or a PlayStation for right now? Like, it's getting close there, man. Like that.
I don't know, but yeah, that's wild.
That's crazy. The Switch Lite 200 to 230. Switch AC power adapter. I just threw that on there just because even it's getting a $5 update.
Well, Microsoft did increase the prices on their consoles last year. So,
but yeah, like the idea of dropping. I'll be honest. If I was going to go ahead and invest $400, I'd be like, no, I'm going to put the extra money in and get a Switch 2. But like,
well, a lot of people say that's the reason they're doing this.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. Pro Controller went from 70 to 80. Joy-Cons 80 to 90. Now they are raising the price of the Joy-Con 2 $5 from 95. $100 for a controller.
Now, for Joy-Cons.
Okay, and that's the other thing. Like, I know people have been paying $100 for a freaking the Xbox Pro Series, whatever, Super Monster controller that they had. And I always balked at that. I was just like, there's no way a controller is worth that. But $100, good God. What is Joy-Con charging stand 30 to 35?
What does the Pro Controller 2 cost? The new one.
I didn't have that one down, but it's not changing price. The only Joy-Con 2 controller is, but I think it was. You know what? Let's take a look. We will just take a look here.
Yeah, because I'd be curious to see if you could get a Pro Controller 2 less than the Joy-Cons.
Let's see here.
Because that's insane to me.
Oh my God! Yeah. Switch to Pro Controller. Here we go. I'm seeing it listed at Best Buy. Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, $85.
Wow.
So the
less than the original Joy-Cons.
Yes. That is insane. Okay, that right there cements this. This has to be Nintendo being like, no. Don't go back and buy the old stuff. Everyone keep moving forward.
Well, a lot of people are saying this is a direct reflection of the tariff stuff.
And I'm sure it does have something to do with that.
I think the tariffs are just an excuse, man. It's like, sure, that has an effect. Sure, I'm not saying it doesn't have an effect. But this is way more than that. This is nuts. And the fact that they're doing this on the original Switch stuff that's already been made, it's already been produced, is already in America. Tariffs don't have nothing to do with that. It's already here.
Yeah. Last line said, I think I paid $85 for my Pro 2, and the Pro controllers were always cheaper than the Joy-Cons because the Joy-Cons can be considered two controllers. That may be the case, and I've only bought, I think, one additional pair of actual Joy-Cons. I think everything else I went with was like a Pro Controller or whatever, mainly because, yeah, you can have the little Joy-Cons, and I think I bought the Joy-Cons, I'll be honest with you, I think I bought them stolen. It was on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy's like, hey, I'm selling these controllers, and they're new, and I was just like, that's a little cheap, that's not bad, and I checked, they were brand new and everything, and I was just like, whenever he's like, oh, hey, you got the money? I was like, sure. And he goes back to his car, and the back of his car is full of stuff. I'm like, I feel it buying hot stuff. Just grab the stuff and go. Grab the stuff and go.
It's a sting. Get him. Yeah, move it, boys. Get him.
I've never bought Joy-Cons full price. The only
I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
When I was like, I don't remember how old I was working for Walmart when I was still in my hometown before I went to college. I had friends of mine, when the Dreamcast first came out, go in there and it wasn't the Dreamcast, it was the PlayStation. When the PlayStation came out, that's right. They went in there and took memory cards and gave them to me. They took memory cards for PlayStation and also Quake for PC. I got Quake from one of my friends that didn't. He acquired it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, wink.
That happened a couple times. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, more than 35 years ago. So,
Been a while. That Walmart doesn't even exist anymore.
I've never paid full price, obviously, for Joy-Cons, but and the only reason I have a Pro controller is because when it was for my 40th birthday, when Ray and Chris were down here, they bought me a Pro controller for my birthday, which I thought was awesome. Otherwise, I was always like, nope, what third-party controller does a pretty good job and it doesn't cost that much. And I was like, oh, sweet, that'll work. So, because honestly, if you're playing by yourself, having a Pro controller or something is great. But if you've got other people playing with you, you don't have to go top tier. You know what I'm saying? Here's a controller. It works. It's good enough for Mario Kart. There you go.
We were syncing up 8-bit DOE controllers, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We were doing all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is just wild because they're making all these changes to the Switch stuff, the original Switch stuff. Yeah. You know, I remember when the GameCube came out, I didn't buy a GameCube right away. I waited until the black one came out and then the price dropped. And I got my GameCube for $100. It was $99, you know, because I think when it came out, it was... What, 200 or 150? What was it? It was
200 seems about like the maximum I would have paid.
I think it was 150, or one something. I don't know. But I got it for 100 when the price dropped. And that wasn't even that long. Like it dropped the price like maybe the second year it was out or something like that. And here we are. Dude, the Switch came out in 2017, right?
Yeah.
They've already brought out the Switch 2, and now they're raising the prices.
Yeah.
They're
you
not...
would think they'd be wanting to liquidate them at this point.
Well, every other thing, whether it's the 3DS, whether it's the Wii U, the Wii, whatever console you want to talk about with Nintendo, they always bring out revisions and lower prices. Every single console, that's how it's always been done. Sony does it the same way, Microsoft... Everybody that's made consoles that's done it, even the people that don't make consoles anymore, that's how they did it. You revised and lowered, and now it's revise and raise.
Yeah, I know, right? By the way, the GameCube came out May 21st, 2001. U.S. price $199.
Okay, well, there you go.
$100 lower than the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Yeah, because if it was $300, if it was more than that, people would have been like, I ain't paying this. I can go buy the big system for it. So
yeah.
So all right. Before we move on to our third conversation, there was something you wanted to kind of bring up real quick.
Oh, I had a situation develop. I don't know how much detail I want to go into with this, but let me just say, I love homebrew games. If you aren't really familiar with homebrew games, what that means is like new games for old consoles, new games that are being made today for old hardware that came out years and years ago. People work on these projects all the time. They'll bring out a new game for the Super Nintendo or a new game for the NES. I got a friend of mine, John, the Retro Bro, that is making games for the original NES.
That's cool.
It is cool. It's very cool. I could never do it, but I love that other people do it. It gives me so many new experiences on the old stuff. I pre-ordered a Super Nintendo new version of Doom that doesn't come out until next year that runs at twice the frame rate of the old version and has a controller that has rumble. That's crazy. But anyway, what I want to mention is, so there's this Genesis shoot 'em up that's just come out on Steam. It's going to be coming out on all the other platforms, the consoles, next month, and then they're actually going to be making a actual physical cartridge for the Sega Genesis because it's actually a Genesis game. It's a really cool shoot 'em up. It's probably one of the best shoot 'em ups in the 16-bit. It's probably one of the best shoot 'em ups ever. It's really, really good. And it's made by some people that are industry veterans that made like classic Sega Genesis stuff. So it's really cool that they started up this company to put out these games. Well, unfortunately, there was a situation where the ROM version that was included in the Steam version that people buy, which is the only version out right now that you can buy, that version got decrypted by some people and leaked online, and it became this whole thing. And there's like a big concern about people not getting their money. And Is this going to affect this indie developer who's just trying to get started? And will it affect the sales of the Genesis cartridges if people are just taking this ROM and playing them on, EverDrives and stuff, which is what I did, which is how I got. That's why this is relevant to this conversation. A friend of mine bought the game and sent me the ROM, and I didn't think two things about it. I was like, oh, cool. He's giving me his game that he bought. He's like, here's the ROM. Mm-hmm. And I was like, cool. I played it. I put it on my EverDrive. I played it on the Genesis, put it on a stream, had a good time with it. Didn't really think much about it. And then I had some friends talking to me about it, and they're like, what are you doing, man? And explained to me that ROM's not supposed to be out there, and it's a big thing now because it's just spreading all over the internet. And basically, even though in my stream I'm constantly telling people to buy this game and support these guys.
That stream. You absolutely were.
Yeah, well, that's nice and all, except, it's one thing to say, hey, this is what you should do. And then while I'm telling people I'm playing the ROM, right. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. I didn't really understand. I don't know. Sometimes I'm kind of stupid. But I got it. I understood. I was planning on buying it on Steam anyway. Mm-hmm. I was just going to wait till Wednesday when I get paid. But the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. And then I'm going to do another stream, which is what I did today. And I just, I feel bad because, I shouldn't have done that the way because I didn't think about it, but okay, whatever. But I think it's a good lesson for me. I'm not talking about for anybody else necessarily, but for me personally, I do want to support these indie devs. I do want to do that. I don't want to screw up what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be part of a problem for them because I want them to keep making stuff. And I want other people who are watching what's happening and trying to gauge whether or not they should enter that same marketplace. Like, hey, we've got another group of guys who have been talking about making a game for 20 years. Maybe we should do it. Let's see what happens with Earthion. Let's see what happens with this Earthion game. Mm-hmm. Oh, the people just stealing the game. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we don't need to bother making this other game we were planning to do. That's what I worry about. That kind of stuff. Maybe that's dramatic, and maybe I shouldn't worry about it. But, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and it's not a big YouTube channel, but I'm putting out content that a lot of people are seeing. Hundreds of people are watching what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, man, I got to make better choices about this sort of stuff. Yeah, I have ROMs for all kinds of consoles, and I play stuff that I didn't pay for. Absolutely. 99.9% of all that is older retail ROMs that I've probably bought 15 times throughout the years, but it's old corporate, retail ROMs. Okay. There's a big difference. This is what my buddy John was trying to tell me. There's a big difference between, downloading an old game that's made its money and the company may not even exist anymore that made it. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference between that and a new group, a new studio that's scratching and clawing to survive, trying to put out something and see if it's even worth their time and if they need to fold up shop or are they going to be able to pay bills. Like, it's a whole different thing. And I just was not seeing that. But anyway, support indie devs, guys. If you want to see these kind of games get made and you like what somebody's doing, don't, if you're not going to buy the game, fine, but don't make it worse for them. Don't do something that could actively hurt what they're doing. So at least I'm going to try to live by that. And I am hopeful that maybe, if nothing else, good comes out of this situation. Maybe somebody else sees what happened here, thinks about it a little bit, and is like, yeah, you're right, dude. And we both collectively make different decisions going forward. So that's it.
Fair enough. And I completely agree with you. Like you said, if, no one's got the game that I always point at is Bad Dudes in the arcade. Why? I think it was Capcom that made that game. Why did they never port that?
Data East. Data East.
Data East. Okay. Why did they never port that to any system? That was never ported to a home console.
Bad Dudes?
No, I'm sorry, not Bad Dudes.
I was about to say.
God, what was it called? It was 4-player beat 'em up. Crime Fighters. That's what it was. My apologies. Crime Fighters.
Okay.
Why did they never port that to a console? Because I mean, it was very much like Ninja Turtles. Like I was like, I don't know why this wouldn't make money. But yeah, I'm just like, if you've got a ROM for that, number one, if they didn't ever care to get it out there, whatever. And then like last line says, indie devs are the new local bands. Yeah, pretty much. Especially in the video game sphere, they're definitely the indie bands out there. So
it's like local bands or mom and pops, somebody that's trying to run a bakery out of their trunk of their car. It's like grassroots stuff, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ray says a good comparison last line with the local bands. Yeah, absolutely.
What's up, Ray?
So here's the last thing I wanted to talk about tonight. And like I said, we're mainly focusing on this show about media stuff, but it's called Epically Geeky Live. So we're going to talk about anything that we find geeky. And some people are really into fast food. Right here, even though I shouldn't be hiding your Whataburger cup. All right. So anyway, the reason why this came across was I found an article. I was just going through Facebook, and this article pops up. And like I said, I'm a native Texan. Cyrus is a native Texan. And if you live in Texas, there are certain things that that are Texas through and through. At least they used to be. HEB, Whataburger. There's Dallas Cowboys.
Used to be Dr. Pepper, but that's different now. But yeah.
Well, Whataburger technically is owned by a company out of state now, but
Mrs.
This is where we need Lewis to jump in, because Lewis is the one that, like, when he heard about this, he's like, it's done. I don't care about Whataburger anymore. They're all gonna go in hell. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, they might still be all right. But that being said, the San Antonio newspaper put out, basically reposted this thing. The actual list is from USA Today, and it's right. Hold on, I gotta put this comment up. Who's Lou? Yeah, Lou, why don't you jump on, man? Anyway, the San Antonio magazine put this article up, and it was done by USA Today. Now, this is not like editor's picks. This was done by a vote of their users for the 10 best fast food burgers. And the reason why it caught my attention is because it said, being that this was done by a San Antonio newspaper, the big story for them was Whataburger drops 4 spots on the list. And I'm just like, okay, we're like number 4 now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this list. Let's see here.
Bear in mind, this is from a Texas perspective, because
this is from a Texas perspective.
Yeah.
If you are watching live, please comment on this. So number 10 on this list is the double meat Whataburger. So quite literally, the reason why this made such big news apparently here in Texas is because the fabled Whataburger that everyone in Texas supposedly loves barely is on this list now.
Wow.
I'm going to say this. Some of Lou's comments whenever the news originally came out that Whataburger was being sold to a company somewhere up north was the quality is just going to go to crap. I don't know if I completely agree with that. I will say I don't think the quality was there. I think the company they used to be really good about having, hey, every month we're going to switch out. We've got like 4 specialty burgers, and every month or every so often we're going to change them out. They stopped doing that. Like, they pretty much just have the same static menu all the time. And the other thing is since they were kind of leading up to this, but since they've been bought out, oh my God, if they can put their logo on something, they will. Like, it is so ridiculous the amount of stuff that they sell with a Whataburger logo on it. Ray says, I can't comment unless we're talking chicken burgers. Little something about our boy Ray there. He has an allergy to red meat. And he can technically eat it, but he's going to pay for it. So
that is a tragedy. That is
yeah. So I'm sure everyone has probably heard about that flea or that tick or something that apparently can bite you and give you an allergy to red meat. When I heard that, I literally panicked. I was like, "Is that in Texas? Is that in Texas? I got to stay away from that."
long sleeves from now on. Like,
how do you say this? Trichrome 77?
Trichrome 79.
79. My bad. Are you reviewing Burger Time? I totally would.
When's the last time you played? When's the last time you played Burger Time?
Last week.
Oh, really?
I love Burger Time.
Which version
at Burger Time?
Which version do you play? Like,
probably the Nintendo version
for the NES.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, there's a very strong debate about what the best version of Burger Time is. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Well, I'm not playing it on the Atari.
No, the Intellivision.
Really?
Yeah. There are people who swear up and down that's the best version. And honestly, I never had it on Intellivision until recently, until the past few years. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a game that I had on Intellivision back in the day, but it's pretty good. You might try it. Just throw it on an emulator.
Yeah, I'll have to try it. I wonder if I could find a ROM for that. Ray said, no, not from the Lone Star tick. Yes, that was the tick that was the problematic. Trichrome 79 said last week, respect. Yeah, like I said, I was going through and playing some ROMs, and I know how you said, Si, like when you used to test an emulator, like your go-to game, NES, Batman.
Yep.
I don't have necessarily a go-to, but Burger Time is one of the ones I'm just like, all right, well, let me see if this emulator is working. Burger Time, that's pretty close to the top of the list. Let's fire that up. I like that game. So,
wow.
And the last line, no, there aren't, Si. You're crazy. I'm guessing he's talking about what are you talking about? Last line? Are we
this is a problem. This is a problem
version?
with last line. Last line is a lot of times he'll respond to something in the moment, but it's not clear enough if you wait like 2 minutes. You know, so we're like, what are you talking about?
Tell us why is I crazy? There could be lots of.
Well, there's this could go on for a while. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's get back to our list here real quick. Trichrome says, I think I last played the arcade version. Always like Burger Time.
I have it on my Evercade. I have the arcade version.
Nice.
Have you ever thought about getting an Evercade?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I just never have thought about buying one. So,
well, if you don't care about the physical stuff, there's really not a reason to get it because, you know, you can emulate everything. Yeah. But it's pretty cool.
Nice. Last line said, him saying Burger Time was best on Intellivision, according to some. Nobody saying that. So,
it is absolutely something people are saying. Now, I will admit some of those people might be hardcore Intellivision fans, but it is. I've heard it from different people. It's not the same one person. DJC Chuck. It's not Chuck, just Chuck. It's other people too.
Sounds like maybe you should do a video of that on your channel.
No, I'm not trying to get it. Look, I've caused enough problems for myself. I'm not trying to stir another hornet's nest.
Fair enough. All right, so here that was the number 10 burger was the double meat Whataburger. I still like Whataburger. I think it's a decent burger.
I can't believe that's 10.
I know, right?
I got to tell you something before you move on.
No, go ahead.
I think some of this is just people mad. I don't think all this is the actual burger changing. I think it's people just mad because Whataburger got sold, so they mad now.
And that could be.
This is Texas, dude. We are some territorial, judgmental, tribal ass, like whiny bitches a lot of times.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying.
Last line. Did you all address the why you call it Whataburger comment? I didn't catch it. So here's a fun story with that. Raise your hand when you were a child if you thought it was called Whataburger and did not understand. I think all kids do that because you're like, what do you mean Whata? Like, that's not a real word.
Right.
Water is a real word.
I didn't understand. I still don't understand. Like, why would it be Whataburger? Like, I get what the name is, but when you're a kid, you're like, Waterburger? Or what? We didn't have one in my hometown. They had one the next town over.
Okay,
so I didn't see it every day either, you know?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, I was about to cross wires there for a second. I was like, then it wasn't a town. Because for the longest time, I thought in order to be considered a town in Texas, at first I was going to think it was Whataburger. It's like, no, if to be considered a town in Texas, you have to have a Dairy Queen.
We had a Dairy Queen.
You can't be considered a town in Texas.
We had a Dairy Queen. We had a Sonic. We had a Pizza Hut.
Fair enough. Then you were good to go. Hell, you were on state.
When I was in junior high, we got a McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we didn't never get a Whataburger. I don't think there still has ever been one in my hometown.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Ray, dude, gotta believe the numbers. Yeah, whatever. Canada. Trichrome 79. Never mind. Never had it. Michigan Live, but willing to try any recommended burger. That's the way you should be, right there, dude. That's the way you should be.
Yeah, this exact one: jalapenos, bacon, 2 stacks, double cheese, mustard.
I'm a mayo guy, but you know what? It's okay.
This is negotiable. It's negotiable.
Absolutely, it's negotiable. Trichrome, my hypothesis is that enough people heard Whataburger said that enough draw, it became a thing. Yeah, it could be. Who knows? So, let's see. Last line. We don't have a Missouri-centric burger chain. The closest technical would be McDonald's because the chain started in Illinois. That's true. That is very true. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to number 9. I'm going to propose this because when I started reading this list, I was like, okay, I could see some of these. And then when it gets up to number 3,
are we about to have a problem? Are we about? Okay.
When we get to number 3, I'm going to go, okay, this is clickbait. I think this list is clickbait. Real quick, last thing from last line. My personal favorite fast food burger could be Culver's. They're Wisconsin based. Okay.
So this is what I was going to say earlier. Like, this is from a Texas perspective. So there's going to be you guys from, other areas. You're going to have stuff that we don't have.
Well, and this this was a USA Today thing. So this was nationwide.
Really?
We're just looking at it from a Texas point of view. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's going to be stuff on here that we don't have here. So, and I think we're about to hit it right now. No, number 9, Whopper. Whopper's a pretty good burger.
I love the Whopper.
But do you love the Whopper more than a Whataburger?
No,
I don't either. So,
no, it's good. Their fries are absolute trash.
Oh my god! Do y'all remember the fry wars back in what was it, the 90s?
Yeah.
McDonald's and Burger King were trying to go, we got the best fries. And I'm just like, I'm here for the burger, guys. Like, the fries is the side thing. Like,
yeah, but McDonald's fries are really good.
Yeah.
Wendy's fries are really good. Everybody's fries are really good except for freaking Burger King. Their fries are horrible.
Yeah, they're not good. Trichrome 79 at last line. Is it live or live? Going back to our previous conversation. Live, my man, or live, my man.
Live, my man, live.
Yeah. Last line. BK fries are actually really good. You know what, BK? You know what? Last line. I'm not going to argue with that. If that's the fry you like, go for it.
Last line is a good dude. He's a really good friend of mine, but he's got some weird opinions.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I take that back. Last line. I take that back.
Oh no,
dude, Burger King onion rings are good. I like their onion rings. I always get onion rings over their fries because their fries are not good. Oh, we could have been friends last night. Trichrome, I haven't been a fan of Burger King fries since they changed it. Yeah, of course, everyone talks about that too when they took away all the goodness and made it healthy. I don't know if it's healthy, but it is what it is. Yeah, so we got the Burger King Whopper at number 9. Number 8, Freddy's Original Double. I'm a fan of Freddy's. I do like Freddy's.
I've never had Freddy's.
It more than a Whataburger? I don't know. But here's my biggest problem with Freddy's. Freddy's does the smash burger style. So, they're the super thin patties.
Oh, yeah.
At least fast food wise, Christy does not care for that. She actually, she's like the whole burger now, my wife has been known to have some extreme opinions about certain things, but she's like the entire patty is just one big piece of gristle. It's like they just scraped it off of the thing and threw it on the burger. And I'm like, no, it's a good burger. Don't.
Okay, so I might really like this because my favorite burger I've ever had is from a place called Storms.
Okay, yeah.
You know what Storms is? Okay.
Yeah.
They do the same thing. Their meat's super crispy and thin. Oh, I love that.
I'll be honest with you. Since I got into Blackstone, I have really moved to just doing smash burgers because it's the same seasoning, it's the same amount of meat and everything. But I literally asked the boys, I was like, do you prefer when Dad makes the thicker burger, like a more traditional burger, or do you prefer the thinner burgers? And both my wife and Nick said, I kind of like the thin one a little better, but Alex just flat out said, no, Dad, I like it when it's thinner. And I'm just like, okay, well, then this is how I'm making it pretty much.
Dude, it's so much better when it's thinner. Like a thick burger, it's too much sometimes, you know?
It can be. It definitely can be.
Yeah.
Ray says, give me Freebirds over any burger listed. Okay, dude, you know I love my Freebirds. So when he came down to visit in Texas, I introduced him to Freebirds. And he's like, this is fantastic. I'm like, yes, it is. So I'm going to throw this out there real quick in the chat and see which way you come down this. Are you Freebirds? I don't know if you have it there, but are you Freebirds or are you Chipotle? I'm
going to tell you something really funny. I've never had either of them. I've never had Freebirds and I've never eaten at Chipotle. Even though my daughter eats Chipotle every day, basically, I've just never been there. I don't know why. I've been to all kinds of Mexican places. I mean, there's tons of places that I've been.
Okay, I wouldn't consider either one a Mexican place.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if I want Mexican food, I'm not going to Chipotle.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Last line says, MALO. It's okay if you don't have taste buds sign, Eugene. Fair enough. Ray agrees with him. LOL. Trichrome. Steak and Shake uses beef tallow for their fries now. You also sell sugar Coke and glass bottle. Ooh,
Steak and Shake's pretty good. I don't really like their fries. They're little weird. They're little thin little fries. But the burgers are good at Steak and Shake, and the shakes are really good.
I have never eaten a Steak and Shake, but we're gonna get there. Get there.
Okay.
So anyway, by the way, I'm clearly a Freebirds person. I've only been to Chipotle like once or twice, and I was like, I'm paying how much for this? Like, I got this big, thick monster burrito for a decent price at Freebirds, and I get this little wimpy. I was not a fan. What's funny is Christy's just the opposite. She prefers Chipotle because she thinks the queso at Freebirds tastes burnt. I'm like, you mean smoky? It tastes good to me. And the boys like it. Both of the boys like it. Here's another funny thing. Speaking of Freddy's, if Christy's out of town, there are certain restaurant chains that open up for us to be able to eat dinner because mommy is not involved. Freddy's is one of them. Christy is not really a fan of Freddy's. The boys are. Freebirds is another one that opens up. They like it. Daddy introduced them to it, and they like it. And with the third one, and I may be about to completely gross everyone else out here. Long John Silver's. They like Long John Silver's like Dad.
I like Long John Silver's.
The Hush
you can't find them anymore.
Thing. Some of them are being redone. The one here in my town literally just got torn down, and they are rebuilding it. And I'm just like, okay, so they're willing to put some money in. That's good to hear,
dude. Hush Puppies and the fish. I love it, dude. Yeah, the Hush Puppies are really
last
good.
Line Chipotle. I only had once. It's pretty good, but it doesn't beat a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, maybe if you
see, this is the thing.
Sure, yeah.
We go to. Like, when I want Mexican food, I go to, like, these little, like, places. Like, there's one in... I don't want to talk too much about where I live, but, like, there's a place not too far away that's a little hole in the wall. It's amazing. Yeah. It's not expensive, and it's, my hometown, 6,000 people, but we had the best barbecue and Mexican restaurants, man. Like, in Texas, you can get good stuff. You don't have to get... you don't have to settle for other stuff.
Yep. Ray says also top burgers in Canada are A&W, Harvey's, and Weber's. I don't know if we have Harvey's and Weber's here. I know we have A&W's.
I will tell you this. When I worked selling computers at Best Buy, this is back in 2007, 2008, there was an A&W right next to there, and I would go eat lunch over there sometimes. I fucking love A&W. Like, it's very good. It's not like gourmet or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But it's good. And the frosty mugs and stuff, man, that was pretty cool. Cool.
I like the closest one I know of is in Tyler, where Christy is from, and there's never been one close here to where I'm at. Trichrome, what's the Texas place called? Coyote Bluff Cafe. I'd like to try their food. I've never heard of that place. Have you?
I don't know what that is, but there's so many places like that in the Dallas Fort Worth, in Austin, around where you're at. There's tons of these places that are nobody will ever know what they are. They're not like big national chains, but they have the best food, man. Absolutely.
Last line, I used to like Steak and Shake a lot, but their quality went downhill bad, at least in my area. Culver's is similar but better, faster, friendly service like Chick-fil-A. Dude, doesn't matter where you come down on the Jesus Chicken, you have to admit they know how to get people through a fucking line. Like, they are the Disneyland of fucking fast food. I feel bad for their workers because they'll be standing, it's 100 degrees and they're all standing outside taking your order, and I'm just like, y'all could be standing inside. There's a microphone and y'all can hear me, right? But
they have so good. The chicken is so good. Yeah. Like, oh my God. The nuggets. That's my favorite thing to get at Chick-fil-A. Oh.
Homer Simpson with the donuts. That's how I could be with the nuggets. Just
It's like you just don't want them to ever end. You're just like it's so good.
It is.
And the waffle fries. I love the waffle fries.
What's your dipping sauce?
Oh, I don't usually use sauce. I don't.
Really?
I've never been a big sauce
raw dog
guy.
Those things, huh?
Yeah.
Fair enough, man.
Or I'll do ketchup. I'll do ketchup.
Sauce. I like their barbecue sauce.
I don't like to do. I'll do barbecue on chicken McNuggets. Or what's that one honey mustard sauce they have? Yeah. I like that, but at Chick-fil-A, I don't want anything on that except I want to taste what it is. Fair
enough. Ray, I hate when restaurants change their fries. Trichrome, I agree with last line. Trichrome, Steak and Shake also got rid of their side-by-side shakes. Sad time we live in. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a side-by? Please inform us. What is a side-by-side shake?
I don't know. I don't know what that is either. I've had their shakes, but I don't know what that means.
We have 2 Mexican restaurants that are within an hour and a half drive that's worth going to. Hard to get really good Mexican food here. Yeah, in Canada, I can imagine it's hard to get good Mexican food. If I ever decide to move to Canada, like I'm gonna have to do some research first and be like, I've got to be able to source everything I need to make my own. So, because I can't give it up. Like, I just thought about this. I don't think Christy would ever allow us to move to Canada just because if we can't get Mexican food, like that is her lifeline. I heard Texas is actually the most diverse state as far as restaurant options are concerned. Okay, yes and no. The reason is because we are in the center of the country, and so a lot of these chains have slowly but surely started moving closer and closer and started filling in. The other thing is because Texas is so big, we have a huge Mexican influence. But like Texas was also settled by Germans. You can get damn good German food here as well. We're right next to Louisiana, so if you are, if you like Creole type food, you can get it here as well. Pretty much, if you're looking for it, you can find a decent place here in Texas for it. So,
barbecue, yeah, Texas is where you want to eat for sure. I think so. It's funny. I'll say this. I was mentioning my buddy John a little while earlier. He had to come down to San Antonio. He was here for like a week. Mm-hmm. So I didn't get to see him while he was here, but he would text me stuff. And he said, first night he was here, he had barbecue. There's like a barbecue place. And he had barbecue every night after that. And he said, you're right, man. He's like, this is the best barbecue I've ever had. He's like, it's not even close. I'm like,
we're known for certain things, and that's one of the things. So, Trichrome, haha, sigh. I was a department senior at Best Buy 99. Okay.
Dude, I got to tell
That's
you,
why it's
man.
still around, so we could check this. At first, I thought you said Circuit City, and I was like, sure. And I was the entire manager of the entire store because you can't go back and check that shit.
Well, my Best Buy is not there anymore. They're gone. But
Fair enough.
I really liked working there. I thought it was fun. You know,
Really, I tried to get a job there once. I tried to get a job with Geek Squad, and they literally told me you're overqualified. And I'm like, okay, I'll still take the job. And they're like, no, for what your certifications and stuff, we would have to pay you this amount, and we don't really need someone of that.
Okay, see
like,
that
I'll take a lesser job.
But see, that's the thing. So the Best Buy I worked at, literally everyone that worked in computers, which is where I was in computer sales, whatever. They're really computer sales, just a computer department.
Yeah.
We weren't salesmen, but we were selling computers. But literally everyone there was overqualified. And we were all taking less money than what because it was like second jobs. Like almost nobody that was there, that was their primary job. I loved it. We walked around, talked to people about computers all the time. Sometimes they would buy stuff. I sold a Dallas Cowboy a computer set for his mom. It was great. I had a fun time doing it. We didn't have to worry about commissions or none of that stuff. We just got paid it was great. And I regretted leaving it, but it just got to where I couldn't do two jobs. And they didn't want me to leave. Like, I felt so bad about this. This is going to sound like it's some kind of brag, and it's really not, okay? But the manager called me in for a meeting, and he's like, I heard you're going to leave. What can we do to keep you? And I was like, I don't think you can keep me. And the guy was like, well, what would it take? And I was like, you don't understand. Like, you're not paying me very much, and what I make at my other job is a lot more than this. And he's like, well, give me a number. And I'm like, all right. And I gave him a number. He goes, yeah, we can't do it. I'm like, I told you can't do it. I'm like, that's why I have to leave. Like, I don't want to leave, but I just can't do this.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a good thing that I left because, like I said, they shut that whole thing down like 2 years later.
Yeah. Real quick, let's get caught up here. Last line. The having people stand outside makes no sense to me, but let's see. I guess they're trying to be personable. Would be nice if they would at least use the speaker for winter or rain. Absolutely.
Well, I just don't want them.
Shake is basically two different shake variations in one. I'm jumping past Ray real quick because Trichrome says they would put a paper divider in the shake vertically, and you could get two different flavors, then remove it, and then you could blend it or move your straw to get one or the other. That's genius. That's fantastic.
I would get that all the time and try different things. I would try different things.
I think I'm going to have to find one of these places.
Wow. Well, he said they don't do it no more.
Oh, that sucks. Let's see, Ray, I got you covered. Trichrome. I'd get like chocolate banana. Yeah. Let's see. Cy needs to get a second job at Best Buy again.
I'm too old to do it now, man. I can't stand up and walk around like that anymore. My
Every
freaking
time I
legs.
go to a Best Buy, which is very seldom, it's like a ghost town. And I'm just like,
yeah, that's the other thing.
Here.
I don't think they structured the business the way they did back then. I don't think they have. It's dude, seriously. If you go into a Best Buy now, there's almost nobody in there.
Yeah.
The departments aren't there that used to be there. It's all bizarre. It's weird. Like I think I think they have like a skeleton crew, and I don't think they even know what they're doing. That business is on its way out.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going because we're already over an hour. Number 7, Shake Shack. You brought it up earlier. I've never actually eaten at a Shake Shack. There's not one here locally to me. There are in Austin. I just never got a chance to eat at one, and I definitely want to try it sometime. So I can't say whether or not it should be at the number 7 list or whatever. Number 6, cheeseburger from Five Guys.
No, dude.
Okay, so here's where you and I have a divide.
Dude, it's like $16 for a hamburger at Five Guys.
I am not debating that one bit.
It takes forever.
They're so good. They're so good.
They don't even have a drive-through.
Okay, and that's another thing. I was like, can we consider them fast food?
It's not fast food.
Have a drive-through.
If there's no drive-through and they don't do jack shit until you order, and then it takes like 25 minutes to get your burger, that is literally not fast food. Their solution is They just put a bunch of peanuts out and let you eat peanuts and throw the shit on the floor. That's the solution. Five Guys is bullshit. I'll tell you what, the good thing they do, because they know they've screwed you around, is they'll throw a bunch of fries in your bag that they just keep dumping fries, and they're really good fries. I'm not questioning the quality of their food. Their quality is very high. It is really good.
But so is their price.
And it's the price. It's the bullshit you got to put up with. There's no drive-through. Yeah, dude. I'm not. I've only been to Five Guys once in the last 6 or 7 years, and I won't go back because I'm just not putting up with that bullshit.
I went a few months ago with some of the other campus techs. We were having lunch or whatever, and someone said, "Hey, let's do Five Guys," and I'm just like, "Okay, that's all right." I mean, I love like I said, I do love their burgers. But my God, the price! And sure enough, one of the guys had never been there before, and he's just like, "What?
Yeah.
What?" And he's like, "I could buy like 3 burgers at Whataburger," and I'm just like, "I don't know if 3 burgers." And I looked at it, I was like, "No, yeah, you could probably get 3 burgers." It was ridiculous, man. Last line, yeah, it's more of an appliance store. Talking about Best Buy, absolutely, yeah. Like that's the only thing I really go to Best Buy for is like, hey, I need a new refrigerator. Last line, Five Guys is very good, but not worth the asking price for it. Yep. Try Chrome. All Five Guys need their cut. Yeah, maybe that's why it's so expensive. Last line, and yeah, I don't consider it fast food. Like I said, no drive-through. No, it shouldn't be considered fast food. Okay, dude, I still consider BTR MLK fast food, but they're so busy.
What is that?
Sandwich. BTR. I don't know, Ray. What is that? Do y'all have BTR MLK? No, we don't. So you gotta explain.
Oh, okay. So that's why I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know that one. So, all right, number 5, the Butter Burger Cheese Double from Culver's. Okay, we don't have Culver's here, but I think they're opening one in the Austin area, so they are finally making their way here to Texas. So yeah, I'm interested to check it out. But yeah,
it's a weird looking burger. Look at it. A little
bit, yeah, a little bit. Real quick, I got to go. Well, have we hit it back? No, we haven't hit it yet. I've got another reason why I think this list is bullshit. I'll get to it in a second. Number 4. The Double from In-N-Out. Have you watched Last Meal on YouTube? It's done by the guys who do Epic Kitchen.
No.
It's actually a really good show. They tend to be about 40 minutes long. But what it is the host, they have big celebrities on, and they literally tell them, hey, you can have 6 courses. What are the last things you would want to eat before you die? And so like they have these big celebrities on, and like it's really interesting because a lot of people are like, well, why did you pick this? And he's like, well, I grew up with this. This is what I grew up with. And that's how they get into these conversations. Like the one I watched with Tom Hanks was really, really interesting. The one I watched with I've watched several different ones, and they were really, really good. But I can't tell you how many people, granted most of these people live in California, picked an In-N-Out burger as their last meal. And I'm like, we have them here in Texas. I just don't think they're that good.
Yeah, I think we got the bullshit version. Like
I do too, and Christy does as well. So like when we finally we don't have them here anymore. We got a Crystal Burger here in Texas, and Christy was so excited because when she would go to Georgia, she would eat Crystal Burger with her friend with her family, and when it came here, she's like, "Yeah, it is, but it's not. It doesn't taste the same as it did over there." And I think the same thing's going here. I want to go to California and try an In-N-Out there. And maybe I'll be like, okay, I get it. Because
I think this is like Sonic. It's like Sonic. Like Sonic is really good in Texas. Mm-hmm. But I've heard other people, like my buddy John, he said Sonic's not good up there in Pennsylvania.
Really?
I think I think that's what it is regional differences. Yeah.
It definitely could be. That doesn't want to say.
Because In-N-Out sucks in Texas.
Yeah, they're not great. Their burgers are okay, but their fries are not good.
Their burgers are not good either. The burgers they're just not good. They're like kind of gross.
Let me see here. I've got to try to add something here real quick. Let's see here. Image file. Let's see. Where did this go? There it is. All right. So Ray sent me a picture of this buttermilk chicken.
Oh my God.
That is so much chicken. That is ginormous.
Have you ever had the chicken sandwich from Popeyes?
No, I have not.
Oh,
and I remember
that's what that
when
reminds
that
me
came
of.
out. That was a huge.
No, it is fantastic.
Is it?
Especially the spicy version.
Oh yeah, I bet it would be.
It's really good.
Thanks for sending that, Ray. So now we know what that is.
Thank you.
So yeah, the In-N-Out, yeah, it. Like I said, I know a lot of people die hard about it. I think, and the other thing is, I need to find someone from California and have them eat here and be like, so is this the same? Because they may be like, yeah, dude, this is not as good as it is back home, and that may solve the mystery.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find somebody from California. I mean,
you would think so, but all right. Here's where I call bullshit on this entire list. I love Jack in the Box. I do. I love Jack in the Box. I love the Jumbo Jack with cheese. I think it's a fantastic burger. Is it a number 3 burger? Absolutely not. Here's the second reason I call bullshit on this list. Most of these pictures, I went and got the same base files that they used for their article, except for the Jumbo Jack. The picture they had on there for the Jumbo Jack was not a Jumbo Jack. It was an Ultimate Cheeseburger. And I'm like, if y'all are getting those confused, that is a totally different animal.
Well, so here's the thing about Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is not even trying to be the best burger. Like this is late night. We're drunk. We need to eat something food.
And they totally leaned into that with their
yes.
Munchie Meal stuff. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like, hey, people are here drunk. Let's give them what.
If you don't believe it, look at the tacos at Jack in the Box.
They're not tacos. They're
not.
Tacos.
They literally put a piece of cheese like you would put on a sandwich in their taco. It's not supposed to be quality. It's just supposed to be, I'm drunk and this is good enough. That's what Jack in the Box is. It's not even well made at all. It's
exactly. I like their food, but no, this is not top tier.
This is not where I want a really good burger. Where do you want to go? Jack in the Box. Nobody says that.
Nobody says that.
Literally, no one says that.
Everyone says, "Hey, I'm going to Jack in the Box to get their fried meat packet we call a taco. Do you want anything?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get a burger.
Yeah, give me a bacon ultimate and some curly fries."
Do you remember when the Jumbo Jack was $1 back in the day?
Yeah.
Like Jack in the Box saved my.
It wasn't that long ago.
In college.
It wasn't that long ago. The prices have been.
Yeah, they want full price for a Jumbo Jack now. They want like $4 for a Jumbo Jack. And I'm like, for a Jumbo Jack?
Yeah, it's crazy. We live in crazy time.
I know. Last line, Jack in the trash. No way. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Last line again. It was good when it was cheap, but it's not cheap anymore, so it's not good. Yeah, I have to agree with that. Like I said, when it was super cheap, it was like, yeah, this is cheap. I'll go eat it.
But I'll tell you this: if you use the app, you get some really good deals at Jack in the Box.
Yes, you do. Here's a funny story. So I have a friend. I went in high school. He went on to where is he? In Utah? Yeah, I think he's in Utah. Anyway, he's gone on to become like a really famous chef. Like he's done a lot of he's met lots of celebrities and stuff. Like he's done really well for himself. And I had a conversation with him one time. He's like, you know what I miss most about not living in Texas anymore? And he goes, I'm like, what? He goes, Jack in the Box. He says, I don't care that I make high level food. He's like, sometimes I just want a Jack in the Box taco.
No, that's true. Look, I love good Mexican food, and I would prefer to go find me a nice Mexican restaurant or something, or whatever. But sometimes you do want that those shitty ass tacos, man.
Yes.
It's like gas station hot dogs. Sometimes you just want a freaking hot dog from a Quick Trip,
Fair enough.
It's good.
You know what Nick's got me hooked on now? He asked Christy to find him some cheap little pizzas. And, like the little ones you throw, they're about that big around and you throw them in the microwave well, he throws them in the microwave. And I'm like, dude, just put them in the oven. They're so much better. He's got me hooked on those again. And I'm just like, wow. I'm hungry. I got lunch.
Red Baron. I used to get those little Red Baron ones.
The Red Baron goes through me like a thunderstorm.
It's like a thunderstorm?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, uh-oh.
No, the thunder. I was picturing the sudden rain.
Oh, I'm not going. Last line.
There's hail. We're getting hit. Never mind.
My friend swears by Jack in the Box chicken sandwich, and I said I was crazy that KFC chicken sandwich was good. No, KFC makes some.
KFC makes good chicken sandwich, but yes, Popeyes is the way to go. Popeyes is the way to go.
There was a time,
or this other one, the milky one.
Oh yeah, that milk. Yeah, that Ray. When I come to visit y'all sometime, we're gonna have to check that place out. There was a time when Burger King made a good clone of the Jack in the Box talk. I don't remember that. Did they?
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
But then again, they've gone through a lot of different things at Burger King. So
that is very true. That is very true. Number 2. There's your A&W.
Well, I got to tell you, A&W is really good.
I have not had one. I don't think I've ever eaten there, and if I did, I don't remember it, but I definitely want to try it again.
You know what it tastes like? It's like getting one of those old school burgers from like a diner, like what you would get. Yeah, it's like one of those old diners that used to. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like a.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. And the fries are good too. I really liked A&W. They shut it down.
On the list to take you. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, A&W is number 2, and then the last one is called the Double Char, and it's from Habit Burger. Apparently, it's a newer chain out of California, so I'm sure it's not nationwide. It will be interesting to me in the next few years. I mean, obviously, it was already above In-N-Out on this list. It's going to be interesting to me over the next few years if I start talking to more and more California people, and they're just like, "Oh no, Habit Burger is the way to go." We don't even like In-N-Out's not a thing anymore. I'll be like, "Okay," so
interesting.
Yeah,
Habit Burger
and Grill. I mean, the burger looks decent. I'd give it a shot. So
they didn't put anything from Sonic on here.
Sonic, McDonald's, Wendy's. No. I understand McDonald's. McDonald's should not make any top 10 list. Yeah.
Wendy's does have some good stuff.
Wendy's does have some good stuff. Last line. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Habit Burger, but it's just anecdotal. Yeah. So see what the Californians say about it.
You ever had Burger Box?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty good.
That sounds like an old chain.
It is. It's one of those man, dude, there used to be these chains. Dude, there was this one in my hometown that I can't remember what it was named, like Mr. Burger or something.
Mm-hmm.
And old school, made their own buns.
Oh,
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They had these what was it? Sourdough. Oh my God. So good.
Last line. I think this list was probably from a California person. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably a good guess that the majority of the people who voted on this thing were probably at least on the West Coast. I think that's pretty safe to say. Last line.
They put Jack in the Box at what, number 3?
Yes.
And they put Whataburger at number 10. That's literally a slap in the face to Texas.
Yeah, it is.
That's like they're trying to start trouble with this list.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I think this is clickbait.
This is not a real list.
Yeah,
it's one of those radio lists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I could argue maybe I maybe understand your point of view, but when I got to number 3, I'm like, nope, done. Nope.
There's no way. You can never convince anybody of anywhere that Jack in the Box should be number 3 on a top 10 list of hamburgers. There's no way.
Yeah. I don't know. Crazy times, like you said, man. Oh, dang. Well, that is pretty much our show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to our social media stuff. Oh, Cyrus, where can we find you?
Super Mega Graphic 64. You'll find me. You'll see my stuff. You'll hear my voice. You'll see that that's me at that place. That's where I do stuff.
And see, I added the second one too.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There's that too. It's all on YouTube.
Okay,
I started my achievement hunting, by the way.
I saw that. But did you condense it to like SMG 64 plus? Okay.
Yeah, I abbreviated it a little bit. Yeah.
Of course you did. To change that.
Well, I want it to be easier, but nothing's
easy. Nothing's easy. Yeah. Of course, you can find us at epicallygeeky.com. That's where we have all the different shows that we do, including the Epically Geeky Show, the Marginally Geeky, Creatively Geeky, and Sustainably Geeky. We just had an episode come out yesterday. I saw this list online that was this guy posted a thing. He said, "Hey, my local library is coming up with some creative movie collections and selling them or renting them," and it was like Castaway, Apollo 13, Captain Phillips, and Sully, and the theme was don't travel with Tom Hanks. And I'm like, fair enough. So 13. On this last episode, everyone came up. We picked like 4 or 5 movies and came up with a list, and everyone else was trying to guess the theme of it. So that was a fun episode. And then tomorrow night on Marginally Geeky, the episode will be out next week. We're actually interviewing a local author here. She has written multiple, basically modern versions of Choose Your Own Adventure books. So that's going to be fun. I want to ask her lots of questions about that, especially, I don't know about you, man. When I was growing up, I never could get the right ending. Like,
I got so pissed off at those books, but I still loved them. I
did too. Yeah.
I would get them from the book fairs. You guys remember the book fairs, right?
Yeah. No, book fairs are still a thing.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, they are still a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, what a scam, man. We got robbed at the book fairs, but I would still do it every time. And stickers. I was always getting stickers at the book fairs. They had the scratch and sniff stickers and all kinds of stickers. So many stickers.
Ray says, "Thanks everyone. Have a great night." You too, man. And yeah, you're right. It was Sully. But yeah, go check us out there. If you want to follow my individual wacky adventure online, you can find me at Optimus Gene on, Instagram. If you want to come hunt me down on Facebook, you can. But otherwise, yeah, that's where you'll find me. We'll probably be back next Tuesday for another live episode where we're going to talk about whatever. We'll figure it out. So have a good night, everyone.
What's the twist? What's the score?